Okay, so for our warm-up, remember y equals negative x. So first off, go ahead and graph your originals. So pause the video. I'm going to graph those. Okay, so here's your originals. Now I look back. Y equals negative x is the double flip. So I'm going to go through and flip all my things and then rewrite them flipped. So flip, flip. So now it's -4, -3. Flip, flip. -2, -5. Flip, flip. +2, -4. And then remember, we write them as primes when we do them. So left 4 down 3, J prime. Left 2 down 5, K prime. And right 2 down 4, L prime. And that's reflected across y equals negative x line. Okay, our last thing that we're going to do is rotations. Okay, so when we talk about rotations, we talk about clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay, so clockwise, remember, it's following the clock. Counterclockwise, it's going the opposite direction. Okay, clockwise are going to be all of our negative answers. And counterclockwise are going to be all of our positive degrees. Okay, when you get to Algebra 2, if you decide to take it, you'll see that more often. So this is going to be clockwise. You're always going to move counterclockwise a lot of times. Okay, so 90 degrees is going to be me taking it a quarter of a turn. Okay, 180 is going to be a half turn or upside down of what it originally was. Okay, 270 is 3/4 of a turn. Or we could say 90 the opposite direction, so -90 if you wanted to go the other way. Okay, 360 is 1 full turn, so it will look like the same image. Okay, so 90 is me taking that image and turning it a quarter of a turn to the, remember it's +90, so it's going to go counterclockwise, so it'll go this way. Okay, then 180 it'll go upside down, 270 it will go once, twice, 3/4 of a turn, counterclockwise. 360 will be that full rotation back to its original. Okay, so this one here, I took it and I turned it to the right. So I took it and I turned it clockwise. Clockwise is -90. Okay, if we wanted to do it the positive way, I took it once. 180 would be upside down. So one more time is going to be 270 the positive. Okay, this one I took it and I turned it left, which is my counterclockwise. One turn, so +90. Or if I wanted to go the other way, -270. So that means I turned it 3 times clockwise. Okay, upside down, 180. Okay, so our rules are here. So we're going to use 1, -2 again. Okay, so in this it says we are flipping the y value. So I flip my y value and then I flip where they are in relation to each other. So now it becomes 2, 1. My next one I just flip both of them. So -1, +2. This one I flip my x value. It's attached to my x. All right, so we flipped our x value since that's what it was attached to, and now we flip where they are in relation to each other. So always flip the one that the negative's attached to. So in this one, it was attached to the y, so I do it to the y. All right, so you can go ahead and graph the originals for all of them. So I'm going to have the originals done, so pause the video and graph all the originals so we can bypass all of that. All right, so my original set is graphed, so go ahead and pause the video and check your answers and fix them if you need to. Okay, if I look, 180 is -x, -y. So if I go back and I flip, 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 flip. So now I've got -8, -3 for w prime, -1, +2 for y prime, -7, +1 for x prime, and -2, -2 for z prime. Okay, and if you look, all of the points that were on the top are now on the bottom. The points that were on the bottom are now on the top, so it like flipped that image. Okay, -90 it is y comma negative x. So I'm going through the negatives attached to all my x values. So I'm flipping all of my x values, and then I'm going to go through and rewrite them. So now it's 5 positive 6, 0 0, 2 positive 1, negative 1 positive 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and graph it. So go ahead and pause the video and you graph it. I flip-flop these letters. Make sure you fix that. Right, so if you look, negative 90, remember, is clockwise. So if I took it and I turned it once clockwise, that's also positive 270 because that's 3 turns counterclockwise. So it's me taking my image and turning it clockwise 1 turn. Okay, here's your next set, so go ahead and check your originals. Negative 180 is going to be the flip again, so negative x comma negative y. So I go through and I flip both of them. Flip, 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 and then I'm going to graph them. So 0, 4, so I don't go left or right, but I go up 4, p prime, negative 3, 2, r prime, negative 5, positive 7, u prime. Okay, the points on the top flip to the bottom, the points on the bottom flip to the top. Okay, 90 degrees, positive 90, which means I'm going to turn it left 1 turn counterclockwise. So it's negative y comma x. So I'm going to go through the negatives attached to all my y's. I'm going to flip all my y values. So flip, 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 and then I'm going to rewrite them. Because now I have to flip where they are in relation to each other. So negative 3, 9, positive 2, 8, positive 1, 1, negative 5, 0, and that's what I'm going to graph. So go ahead and pause the video and graph it. So if you look, my G went a quarter of a turn and my O counterclockwise because it was positive 90, which would also be negative 270 if we wanted to go the other way. Remember, positive, we turn counterclockwise. Okay, go ahead and check your original. This one is 270, so y comma negative x. So the negatives attached to my x, so I'm flipping all of my x values, and then I'm going to go through and flip where they are in relation to each other. And this is the last one I'm going to do. Okay, so now I flip where they are in relation to each other. And then I graph them, so I don't go left or right, but I go up 7. Okay, left 4, up 3. 8, negative 1. Okay, so that's me taking it and turning it counterclockwise 3 times.